Listen, the life ain't for the weak. The weak get eaten, right? Sharks don't eat sharks. You got to understand that. You got to be a soldier in this life. And that's not only in business, that's in family, and that's in every other aspect. So today we talking about how being strong, how being determined, and how your will can drive you to success and you overcoming these hurdles on the way to building wealth. Wealth therapy, healing hurdles. You got to be a soldier. Let's go. Let's get it.
Marcus, a.k.a. Mr. 500, let's go!
Anything you want in this world is dependent on. Everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody wants to get money, but why? I did 25 million the last 2 years. I come from nothing. You gotta move with urgency. You gotta take action. You gotta act.
Some of y'all too scared to tell people, fuck you.
Ride big, ice big, nice crib. White fig, started out just sweeping flows, now Fat Boy the CEO.
Everybody want to stand out. You can't be the same and be different. You'll never be the best in your industry if you do what everybody else doing. You know you got the mindset. You know you got the ambition. It's just you haven't got the fuck up. Either I'ma do this shit and execute, or I'ma fucking die.
The talk is wealth, and them dripping sauce. This time we do for
I
self.
never knew getting money would affect me mentally.
How many of you guys want to be multi-millionaires and create a legacy and a brand? We ain't in this for clout. We out here to get money. It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
It's my wealth therapy.
So, you guys know, anytime we do wealth therapy, y'all know how we start off. You look good, you feel good, and when you smell good, you feel better. Listen, today's cologne of choice, I got on Satin Oud Elixir. I did the Satin Oud, but the Elixir a little bit something different. So I had to put that one on today. So y'all know the vibe. It's that Satin Oud mood is different. All right. But listen, today I'm having a conversation with retired military vet Joshua Rico, one of my guys, one of the Recession Proof family members, one of my credit industry colleagues. Listen, super excited to have a conversation about building wealth, but after the military and some of the things that relate to it. So today I want to welcome my brother Joshua Rico. Man, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So listen, we gotta go to it. Originally born and raised. Where you born and raised at?
I'm born in Hartford, Connecticut.
Connecticut,
yeah.
Got it. How long that's where you was born and raised until?
Born and raised. I left at 18. My mother's from Brooklyn, New York. God rest her soul. And then my father's from Santiago de Cuba. He was a Marielito. He came on the boat. So if you've seen Scarface, that intro scene, that's a real footage. That's him in there. So you know that's a whole different story. But we'll get to that.
But that's where you come from. All right. And now you out in.
I'm out in Temecula, California.
Got it. I don't know why I thought you was from out in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, dope. So we get into it, man. Like, one of the things I always talk about is on the journey of building wealth. Like you got your military hat, like you rep that proud.
Yeah.
But it's a certain level of discipline that it take in life that I always look to, and that's why I respect people in the military, in the armed forces, because of that level of what gets instilled, the type of training that gets put into you, the type of discipline, the type of mindset that you got to have. And a lot of times some of those same core principles is needed in business.
For sure.
But it's things that on the same side, a lot of people are afraid of the military because they think like, oh man, you're going to have these things I got to overcome and I got to heal from. So you talk about like healing hurdles and traumas and things like that. You're like, yo, you're going to have PTSD. It's like, yo, you get PTSD from the hood too.
Yeah.
People think like, yo, man, I just like, nah, like it's things that we come from in the environments that we grew up that we still got to overcome.
Exactly.
But with you going into the military, going into the military, like what made you decide to go into the military?
Be honest with you, like I was 18, right? I was getting into like, selling stuff on the streets, right? I was either gonna be dead or in jail. So when I went to the military, I was like, you know what? If I stay in Connecticut, I'm not gonna do nothing with my life. All right. And when I went to the military, I was like, this could be a way out or something different. I want to make a difference, not necessarily to change the country. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw those dress blues and went into the office, I was like, there was what I'm saying? I wanted to be something elite. I wanted to do something that not a lot of people could say they did.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to go to the tip of the spear, right? No disrespect to the other branches like that, but we the top for a reason,
When you say we the top, what you referring to who?
To the Army, the Air Force, the all the other branches.
You into what branch?
Say again?
What branch you into?
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. Boom.
Marine
Okay,
Corps.
yeah, we gotta say it. You
We
went
got
to
a Marine
I'm a
Corps
Marine.
all day.
Yeah.
You know, with the president's own. When shit happens, we're the first ones in. You know,
Okay.
they call us the bullet sponges, but we run towards the fire. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you have to be some type of crazy. You know what I'm saying? You have to be your mindset. It got to be some type of crazy to go. I joined when in 2008. They already came back from Fallujah. I went to Iraq, Afghanistan. I was over there when Osama bin Laden just got killed. So tons of stories on that. So I've seen a lot of things.
What was that like
over there
when he got killed?
Oh man! So when he got killed, you guys are seeing it on the media, but you guys don't see it behind the scenes. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I tell graphic, I'll get canceled. It's a cancel culture, right? But
yeah.
We were like, okay, can we go home now? But I was like, why can't we go home? What are we really here for? And that's a deeper conversation. So it's like, I've seen, fields of Afghan Kush that we had to blow down, black tar heroin, like motors. I got rockets shot at me. People get gunshots, shot at them, but I've got rockets shot at me. I've seen people blown up.
Not going into the graphic detours.
Yeah.
What I mean is like, okay, what was it like? Like, what was the temperament like? Like, once he got killed, did the wars did it intensify? Like the attacks on you guys, and that you guys started seeing coming back to you, start intensifying? Like they were being more. They started playing offense, or was it like more defense?
It was more defense.
Once he passed away,
it was like, okay, they killed our leader, right? But at first, a lot of they're called improvised explosive devices. A lot of IEDs will go off, bombs and stuff like that. But it's not like you see on the TV. It's a very unfair fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you see on the TV kicking the door. No, this is overkill. You know what I mean? There's no chance. That's why we have the strongest military fighting force in America. Like, so it started to die down.
So it started to die down after that. Yeah, because that's what I would think. Like, like, do they start to like attack you guys trying to get back, or what that would be like? But see, like you said, like I know it's a lot of gory details that go into that, and I know it's like, yo, after experiencing that, to still come home, and then you've been able to build a family, be able to come home, build your business, be able to build your brand, and do so much. It's like, okay, coming back home from that. How did that help you in business? Like being in the military, like what's some of the things that you see it contribute to, like your work ethic, your grind, or your,
So at first, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't easy transitioning. That we call it civilian life.
Okay.
Right. So we call it it was an easy transition to civilian life. So I had to read a lot of books like The Secret, and grow my mindset. But what the military installed in me is, I was in communications. All right. So communication is key, not only with your spouse, your kids, but business relationships, your clients, from what I do, the credit bureau, everything has to be in communication.
Okay.
So communication instilled, operations and systems, SOPs is that if I put it like this, if you don't do this, you die. That's how I think.
Because that's how the SOPs was. The things on the operating procedures over there. It's like, yo, one misstep and you ruin, you kill, you lose your life or somebody else.
Yeah, and then now you got to bring a flag to the family. Nobody want to do that. So it's like, it taught me communication and SOPs for sure.
So, but you did hit on something, because I think that it's people out there that's either thinking about going to the military or people out there coming back from the military, and it's like, okay. When you said that transition part, I think people who've been in the military and the armed force, everybody does not come back and just go into becoming successful. Like you said, the training. So go into that, like you said, reading The Secret. What's that? Like, what's those hurdles? Like, what did you do, or what could other people do coming out of the military? Like, what's some of the things that they need to be prepared for, and some of the things people could do?
Well, the thing is that I would recommend, if they're in the military right now, like, get your schooling on point and your entrepreneurship on point, right? When I got out of the military, I was just going to school. Now, granted, I get the GI Bill, right? I get paid to go to school. So I went to business school, but they wasn't teaching business. How are you going to learn from somebody that never made $1 million yet, right? But the transition is crazy. So it's like you have to change that mindset, because remember, they're called drill instructors for a reason. They drill stuff into you that you'll never forget. So what it takes like 67 days to Tyler said to build a habit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you have to really read, the right books. You have to be around the right people, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people that I've served with and are higher, they're down in luck. Some of them are homeless. Most of them they do suicide. We have a thing called in the military, all across the military. It's not just Marine Corps, but the 22 a day. We do 22 push-ups a day because the veteran suicide. There's a lot of suicide, and I truly believe, and I might get a lot of hit for this, but I truly believe if veterans were to do entrepreneurship or feel significant, that rate will go down, because when you're around these Marine Corps ball, or you're around these military reunions, everything is good, but I think they feel insignificant, because once they get out of the military, they feel like, oh, I got to go back to Walmart, or I got to go a job that I don't like, when they could just, learn entrepreneurship, real estate, credit, e-commerce, whatever you got to do, whatever you're good at, do that to serve the people. You were serving the people in the military. You served the country, right? Continue to serve. But I think they lose that,
Losing that feeling of being significant and how important you were, how dominant it is being in the military, and then coming back and being stripped away, where it's like, yo, you got to go back to society, and these people got higher rank than you. Exactly. And you're like, nah, like y'all the civilians.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you about something around rank too, guys. I got stacks for days. I mean, I lean, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Talk heavy.
I got, when you see me walk around those blues, they say clink, 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 but we call that a stack. But I'm gonna tell you something. That shit don't mean nothing in the outside world. They can give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's just real talk.
But I like what you said though, is because like that suicide rate, because finding ways to help people and still maintaining significance and being such big contributors to our society is one of the things. It's like, in all respect to everybody who's ever served, like I respect the contribution that you guys have made to help protect us and to keep our country the strongest and the strongest country out there, right?
Real.
But it is things that we do look at when it comes to financial literacy, because like you said, it's a drill instructor, but drill instructors they're drilling for certain reasons. They're not drilling for this type of excellence, for business excellence, entrepreneur, self-sufficiency. It's like, no, I need you to be a certain person when you come and fight this battle, because when you go into the military, when you go into the Marines, you don't make it into the fight unless you're a certain type of person.
You have to be first class PFT, like you have to be fit. You can't pass if you're not an expert at the rifle range. Like I could see, I don't want to go into detail, but I could target someone 500 yards away in the head, pick them off. Like we're trained to kill. Yeah. We're trained to kill, and that's what's in our mind. And
you got to be the best at it.
You got to be the best.
But that's what I'm saying, is that you go through these trainings and you become somebody else. They make you, they train you into becoming somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing. But what happens is that it's not as extensive when it comes to entrepreneurship and training. No. You went to business school and learned from people who didn't do business. Go into the Marines and get trained by somebody who's not a Marine.
You can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go to Marines as nobody's done. You've experienced it. I'm not going to give you merit. I'm not going to listen to you. So that's the same thing with business. How am I going to listen to you if you haven't made $1 million, right? Or even mentors, right? Yep. Mentors. How are you going to be a mentor when you just learned the craft and then you sell it? You know what I'm saying?
But that's the reality. So when you look at it when you look at the Marines, of what they built and how it works, is that they transition people into somebody else. You have to become a different person. And a lot of times we miss that in entrepreneurship, is that in business, on this journey, you have to become a different person. Gotcha. You cannot maintain the same person you were. Oh yeah, I want to love my family. I want to be here for them. I still want to go do this with them, but I want to be great in business. Oh, I want to go and be an entrepreneur. I want to be focused on business. I want to be respected in business, but I want to go do hood rat shit with my friends. Yeah. They cannot mix. It's oil and water. And when people realize that, it's like, I look at the Marine, and that's why I look at their training. It's not, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a Marine. I'm gonna come sometime. I'm gonna have a 50% hit rate. Oh, I don't need to be an expert shooter. I just need to know somewhat. I don't need to understand all the laws, and I don't need to be all the way fit. I don't need to run that much. I don't got to be able to do this many miles. I'm just gonna do some.
Yeah.
What I realize in that is that that's the issue with business.
Yeah.
When it comes to entrepreneurship in our community, is that it's not that we don't have the tools and resources. It's we don't have that drill sergeant training, that type of dedication, this or die type of mentality.
Yeah.
And it's hard to instill that because so many people fucking weak.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, yo, why
Especially
aren't you able to get it? It's like, yo, oh yeah, I wanted to just go and, man, I had went and did this. And it's like every reason to make an excuse or do something that contradicts or conflicts what you say you want.
Exactly.
And people, we don't realize, and judges like, yo, that's that weak shit. Yeah. And that's why you're in the position you're in, is because you allow yourself to do weak shit.
Exactly.
So that's like when you say,
and having the people check you too, like, hey, you being a little bitch right now.
Yeah.
That's how we talk to them. Hey, you being a little bitch right now. You're right. I'll take that.
You can pop shit with me. I'm a filter. You can cuss. I don't give a damn.
Cool,
yeah, I'm not that.
Cuss.
You seem like you like, yeah, let me watch my words a little bit. Like, nah, like, yo, you a bitch. Like, but when people say it, like, yo, in civilian, right now I'm talking to your terms, like in the civilian world, it's like, yo, it's more cradle. You can't talk to me like that, or it's how it is. But over here, it's like, yo, this is what it's live or die, motherfucker. Like, I don't got a time for your feelings, your emotional intelligence. I don't care. We got a job to do. We got things to accomplish, and this how the fuck we got to execute.
Exactly. I think to be honest with you, when I was in Korea too, it's mandatory for them to go to the military before they go down to the So what I'm saying is, should Americans join the Marine? I don't know. But you know what? You want discipline. You want structure in life. You want to freaking make a difference. Try the Marine Corps for 4 years and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not at the time of war now. It was a different time, but you never know what's.
But still, the training.
The training still though.
Going to the war is like it's different, but still going through that training to become that.
Yeah.
To take yourself in transition to a whole nother person. Yeah. It will literally transition you into a whole nother person. I'm one of the ones that's like, yo, I seen like, yo, you know, they do the bullets where you got to crawl under.
Did all that.
I can't do it.
Did
See, that's the thing. Is like, yo, I mean, could do it, but it's like the mental where you got to get conditioned for. You got to get trained in this. You got to be prepared to know, okay, go. Yeah. And it seems easy. Yeah. Like, what is that like? Like, I never did it, but you did it.
Right. When I first got there, I ain't gonna lie, I was scared of shit. Right.
Yeah.
You hear banging, you hear screaming. Like, this is a new environment, right? It was. I went to Parris Island over there, Savannah, Georgia. I drove right there, flew into Savannah, Georgia, and went to Beaufort, Parris Island, and South Carolina. But what I'm saying is this: there's 3 phases. They break you down. Whatever you learn, with your parent. This is not your parents no more. You're not with your parents no more. You're not getting fed. You're not. No. You're here. 18 years old, sometimes even 17. You're here to become a man. All right. So they break you down. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is they build you up, and phase 3 they polish you off. And I think that's everything. Pause. You know what I'm saying? They polish you off. You know what I'm saying? But and you become a Marine. You earn that Eagle Globe and Anchor, that title, right? So you have to earn it.
What title?
The Eagle Globe and Anchor. They give you, so when you
Eagle
graduate,
Globe and Anchor.
Eagle. You have the Eagle, like it's our emblem. Yeah. Is the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. So we represent, the Navy, the Army, and Air Force all in one.
Okay.
So we master air, land, and sea. Like, we're all in one. We're the president's own. So you have to earn that title. That's why we have the longest boot camp. We have the most strenuous workouts. We're the first in, and we're the craziest where we get it in. Like, we're not, it's not like you see on the TVs, it's all, that's the Navy. No, we want to be known. We came to fuck shit up.
We here.
We here. It's not the time to play. When you got us there, it's overkill. But you have to train for that. That was 3 months. And obviously, like I said, 90 days, you already built the habit. So you became a different person. I'm talking about you have to eat like this, it's similar to prison. Prison's a whole different ballgame, but when to wake up 4 a.m, when to shit, shower, shave.
You went to think of like how you eat.
Yeah, like even how you eat.
What's the importance of that?
Listen, how you eat, your body, your nutrition too, but it's all about the discipline.
It got to be some kind of significance because you sat up and did it.
You saw that,
You
right?
sat up and you did it right. And it's like, yo, you had a certain elbow movement. Like,
yeah, like you have to sit up. So when you get into the chow hall, you know, you have to, your tray, boom, right? Your tray line. Everything is precise.
Yeah.
I'm talking about how you crease your pants, how you crease your trousers. Your cover has to be 2 inches, you know, below your eye. Everything has to be precise. If they see a little splinter of hair, like fabric coming off, you're getting fucked up. You're getting fucked up, like everything. And what I mean by fucked up, sometimes they throat check you, you know, with their hats. Boom. They don't do that no more. It's soft now.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you know, everything is precise. So the nutrition, your chest has to be at the table. You have to look straight ahead, and you have to bring your fork to your mouth. And when you're done, you have to have, you know, covered in a line like this. You know, it's everything is disciplined like that.
But it has to be a reason, right? The way that you guys eat, the way that where you focus at, where you look, and the way that you sit. Is there a reason? Like, what's the significance? Is it when you at war? Is it things that, like?
Yeah, it's just when it comes down to it, is to learn how to obey orders. Which, if you got a problem with authority, which I had, you ain't gonna make it, even in life too. Like, if you have a problem with authority, so it's really the discipline aspect and how you move your whole body too. Like that's really what it is, just the discipline and how to obey orders. And if you can't obey orders, you're gonna fail, or you're gonna get fucked with the whole time. You're gonna have the worst time in there,
or you're gonna get out.
Target you,
or you're gonna get out.
Yeah, or you don't make it. That's why it's called the few, the proud, the Marines.
Okay.
You know,
bro, how old are you?
I'm 34.
34.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm 35.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking about the war in Afghan, where I was, in Iraq, where I was at. And it's like, yo, we was like the same age.
Yeah.
But what I was going through wasn't anything in comparison to what you was going through.
So 2008, you remember the crash happened?
That's my trying times where I was built. That's where I was born at. That's where I was built at. Yeah.
So and then we're gonna talk about how we met too, but I graduated 07 high school, right? And then in 2008,
I graduated 06.
06, right? So in 2008, I was like, my parents lost a house. Right, Wells Fargo, right?
Crazy.
We're gonna get you back now. Getting that bag funded now, but anyways, they lost the house. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand that yet. I didn't understand how mortgages work and how they got the house, etc. I didn't even know what was going on. All I know was that the economy was not doing too bad. I ain't gonna work. I always like either I become rich or famous, or get money, a millionaire or whatever, or I'm gonna go to the Marine Corps or do something significant with my life, right? So I went in 08, and then boom, and the rest was history.
Dope. So now, coming back, 4 kids.
I got
3 kids. 3 kids.
Don't put that on me. We ain't trying to have no more. I ain't.
Oh, y'all done? Okay, I got another one. I got to get another one. Then I'm only at 2.
You on that 2?
Yeah, I only got the girls. I only got 2 girls. Yeah. What you got?
I got a 13-year-old girl, Esperanza, Joshua Jr., right? 9, and then Anae, she's my new 2-year-old.
See, you got a boy. I don't got a boy. I only got 2 girls, so I got to get a boy. But that's another thing. Like, how does that experiences and those things when it comes to your family discipline and like raising your family and like bringing that guidance and being that leader now? Do you feel like that's a strong contributing factor?
Oh, for sure. I'm a little hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, because the military comes out, but then I have to step back and say, you know what? They're just kids too, but also they're gonna learn not to be freaking bitches either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna I'm raising a son. I'm not, you get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to prepare them for you're a father. You want to give your kids the world, right? And you want to prepare them for life, because I'm not gonna be here one day.
Yeah.
So it's like I just think like that. So it definitely helped me out. But I didn't have kids when I was in the military. I got it when I was. I thought different. I was a single man in the military, so it was But when I got out, I was like,
you said I was a single man in the military, like you was having fun in Iraq.
No, not in Iraq. Shit.
I say, yo, you're a different kind of animal,
man,
brother.
the only fun we had in Iraq, man, you already know, we had to go to that little outhouse. It was sweating like a motherfucker.
Nah.
You know?
I never been.
But I know, right? But no, Japan was fun. I went to Okinawa, Japan. I lived in Okinawa, Japan. It was fun, but nothing compares to having your wife and kids to establish, the legacy too.
100%.
And shoot, my wife taught me a lot too.
Because she had to deal with that.
Oh my God, yeah. She had to deal with the aftermath. She had to deal with the PTSD. To this day, I check the window,
Yeah.
I'm for real.
Yeah.
My back always got to be against the wall. Like, I'm glad I'm sitting right here. I got the corner. I always scope the whole place. That's how I am, know?
Yeah.
But,
when you say that, like PTSD, like it's things that you got to live with. For me, myself, like when I always tell a story is that when my grandmother died, I had one sock on.
You remember this story?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, and there was another family member that got shot and got killed and went to the hospital, one sock on. And it's like, first he had one sock on. I think he died before my grandmother. And then when my grandmother died, it set in. Like, if I wear one sock, it's bad luck. And I felt like I was bad luck. Like, I was the reason she died. I didn't put two socks on. Those are things that, like, till this day, I don't move with one sock on. If I take a sock off, this other one coming off immediately. If one come off, it's like I can be asleep and one sock come off my sleep. I'm taking boop. And it's like, yo, it's things that I've noticed when it comes to things from experiences. So when you think about yours, when you say like, yo, PTSD, like what's the things you noticed that you didn't that transition with you that you still got to deal with?
I mean, and I don't even like to label ourselves as PTSD because I feel like in the Marine Corps, we call it, stop being a little bitch, right? Yeah. But unfortunately it happened. So I had to transition in how I talk to my kids. Sometimes they're not Marines, right? Yeah. I would be strict on them. I would, we call this the knife hand. Yeah. I would be strict on them. And, I try to instill like Marine values in them, but you got to remember they're only kids. So what was the question again? Like,
what's the things that you notice now with you, just like with yourself, like after being in the Marines, what's the things that you notice that you came home with and be like, yo, this is what this did to me?
I don't like July 4th. Right. I don't like the snap crackle because look, I've seen bombs. I heard the crack from rifles, near me, like zip and I've heard bombs going in. All you hear is ping, right. So to this day I've always checked my perimeter of the house, check to see camera, everything like that, set up booby trap and everything like that. It sucks, but like. Even in the hotel, when I'm staying in the hotel, I'll put that door right there. Like I don't like sleeping alone. If I, we don't sleep alone. But you get what I'm saying. So, stuff like that. I remember one time in Afghanistan, I didn't take a shower for 45 days, and when I got out, I would take baby wipe showers. I'm talking about not showers, like showers with expired water on your head, right? And then just baby wipes. Boom, boom, you good. Baby powder, and you keep it moving. So
that was after you got out.
After I was still in that.
Oh, you said once you got out, you didn't take a shower 45 days.
No. I took a shower 45 days, but sometimes when I was like, man, I'm feeling a little, you know what I mean? Yeah. I won't take a shower. Boom.
But it was just things that started getting instilled, and you like, I can live and exist like this. You start putting certain traits and characteristics of how you can exist. Like, yo, I can operate like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People, I've slept in dirt. And actually, one of the best sleeps I ever had was under the stars. In Afghanistan, but I've slept in dirt.
Now we got to double back on that. One of the best sleeps you ever had, like,
yeah.
No way. You can't tell me the best sleep, one of the best sleeps you ever had.
One of the best sleeps I ever had was in Afghanistan because the sky, you just see the sky. You're out there in the desert. Obviously, you can't show your light because if you show your light, you give away your position. And we was over there at Taliban. Like, remember, this is right. You guys can Google, YouTube, Operation Rawhide 2. That's my company in there. You'll see it. It'll pop up. Yeah. Bahram Cha, right there near the Pakistan border. That's where we were. So at night, it was beautiful because all you see is the stars. And every time I would look at night, I was like, man, I can't wait to go home. And then, 66 insurgents will come across the border and we have to deal with them. So, but it's kind of crazy. Like I said, Maurice is crazy.
I'm just trying to get some sleep under those circumstances. Like me as a civilian, it's just like, yo, I would just be sitting there being like,
Yeah. You adapt.
Yeah.
We have a thing called in the Marine Corps, adapt and overcome. You got to adapt to any situation. Good, bad, ugly, beautiful. You have to adapt. We're trained to adapt. Hey, if this happens, pivot. What you going to do is stand there, cry like a little bitch? No.
Yeah.
You have to, sometimes I remind myself like, fuck is you doing? You a fucking Marine, I gained all this weight back, right? I was looking like The Rock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
V cut at everything. I'm at 330. Now I'm starting to lose weight. I'm trying to be on your tip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
You
like
gotta get in.
you lose yourself sometimes. You get comfortable, you get complacent. And in the Marine Corps it says complacency kills. Complacency kills. Like literally it'll kill you. Complacency will kill you. So if you apply that to business practices, you won't get killed in business,
And so now you came home, you served the country, you've managed on you've learned how to deal with the pros of being in the military, all the discipline and understanding that level of like discipline, right? And being that key in to come home, build a family. So like I look at that, and then one thing I respect is like the morals, values, and the ethics is there, because to stand in and raise a family, shows the same level of discipline still came in. But now you're going to a point where it's like, yo, okay, now I'm in entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Now, when coming out of the military in that transition, because you're in the credit space and in the credit industry, how did credit play a part? And like, what made you get into credit coming out of the military?
Okay,
you're going to be like,
back in 2009. Back in 2009, I was in Iraq, serving in Iraq. One of my own blood family members took $6,000 out of my bank account, plummeting my score to the 500s. So while I was getting shot, everything like that, I felt like I was a victim of identity theft from my own family, blood family. And I don't hold it to them, but like they didn't know nothing about credit back then. So they were like, "Oh, he making money," which we don't make shit in the Marine Corps. Trust me, $1,800 a month, that ain't shit, right? But what I'm saying is this: it plummeted my score to the 500s. I didn't know what to do. So obviously, when I got back from my pump, we call it pump deployment. I tried to apply for cars and apartments. I got denied for apartment. Car, I had a Mustang. I thought I was a shit. 19% APR, right? And if you got a 19, know what I'm saying? But like, I thought I was a shit, but really I didn't understand, right? So, I started to, over the course of 10 years, I started to invest into mentorship, over $50,000 in mentorships, and I invested to a course with Ty Lopez and Stephen Lau back in 2015, 2016. And that's where I saw you. I saw we met. I didn't even know, we didn't know each other like that. I knew you was moving and shaking, and then I started seeing YouTube ads with you in the Fendi and the Louis. I was like, "Dog, I know this dude." You know what I'm saying? And I just studied. But here's the thing, though. I didn't choose credit. I think it chose me. So after I got out, I tried entrepreneurship. Right? I did 3 MLMs. 3.
What 3 you did?
I'm gonna tell you because some of these people, that right?
Yeah.
I did Organo Gold. I think David Emanite is there, right? I did Wake Up Now and Advocare. But
that Wake Up Now shit was irritating. Y'all came out of nowhere. It was so strong. It was like Wake Up.
Man.
It was like, it came out of nowhere and was so strong.
Yeah.
Organo Gold. Okay.
But you know what I do recommend? It's like I hate MLM, but then again I love it.
I think it builds so much characteristics when it comes to sales. Yes, it builds a different animal to understand that operation and being in that environment. And it's one of the most positive environments you could realistically be in. The culture of MLM is different. And I think a lot of people, we've painted a stereotype of like, pyramid scheme. But it's just the reality is that if you exist in it, what happens is that it's different ways on how you gain success in it. And you have to understand the psychology of the business. You have to understand the growth of the structure when you get in. The timing is everything. And that it's money and opportunities. And starting up, it doesn't cost you much. But you do have to be in it. You do have to build your brand in that, like any other business. And that's the hard part where people think like, I'm gonna come in, it's gonna be easy.
But you know what it taught me to? Not only that's the first time I learned about The Secret. I ain't gonna lie, I cried. When I freaking learned the secret, because
Yeah.
I was like, should I be doing this my whole fucking life?
Mhm.
But now that I'm conscious of it, now I have understanding on how to take control of my brain, because what you think, you become, right?
Mhm.
So I started reading more personal development, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, like all of those good people, audiobooks and reading. So I was like, I'm changing my mindset. I'm becoming different. But what it taught me the most, and which I'm in love with, is recurring and compound interest.
Yeah.
Downline, like
Yeah.
I started getting into to stocks and bonds and investing, compound interest and learning about recurring and building a team and structure, leading a team. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I know how to lead. Oh, this would be perfect. Started losing friends, I thought I was dressing up.
Yep.
No money. I was making no money, right?
Yo, listen, I got the suit pictures and everything.
Yo.
You name it.
So after that, and during that time too, I just transitioned from music. No, don't get me wrong, I got bars. I told you.
You got bars.
Look,
man.
bars. I did reggaeton too. I'm a Latino, so I was on the radio station. Look it up too.
Yep.
In the Bay.
Mhm.
I was on in San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Palm Springs. I would do tours. Like I would really rock stages in Zelda's Palm Springs. If you know about it, you know. But but I didn't like that life because I wasn't getting no money either. And it was, I was just me and my girl. I was getting with, what I'm saying? It wasn't the right John, right? So after the music, I did the MLM.
You said it wasn't the right John. My man been around. You been around Herm too much.
I know, right?
You got you been around Herm
Shout
too
out to
much.
Herbie, man. But what I'm saying is after the music and after the MLM, I was like, this is not working, right? I had a bunch of. I think I'm a Gemini. You a Gemini. I think everything we touch, we adapt to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we just make it the best. We got to be the best.
100%.
When we walk in the room, know we the one.
You gotta feel
That's it
at all times.
At all times. So, and I have this level of confidence no matter where I'm at. I walk everywhere comfortably. So, I did the music, I did the MLM, and then after that, I did phone flipping on eBay overseas. All right.
Yeah.
That's my first real online entrepreneurship. Like, shing, when I heard that eBay go through, and I was flipping iPhones, and I didn't even have an iPhone. I just got an iPhone because of this dude right here. You know what I'm saying?
My man texting in his bubble green is like, yo, it's childish, bro.
But I would flip all the new, the new iPhones, the new gadgets, the new electronics. But sometimes you get a little shady in that business. You know what I'm talking about? I almost got robbed and stuck up. So I was like, and you got to go to cash. I got to go, we buy iPhones on Craigslist, all that shit, right?
Yep.
So that wasn't good. So I was like, shoot, what am I going to do? I still got a little bit of GI bill left money over, right? So I went to Paul Mitchell, the school.
Okay.
For those of you listening, I am the nicest barber there is. Put your barber against me, and I'm put a rack up.
Yo, listen, my man said I can shoot you from 500 miles away.
Exactly.
I can give you a 16-bar freestyle. I can give you a haircut, and I can fix your credit. Yo, my man is oh, wait, and I can build a team in MLM.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen.
You haven't even got the credit yet.
That's the bro. This is you. Yo, bro, listen. Let me explain something. I don't think, because what I'm taking, right, is that I look at what you've been able to build and what you do now. But the common denominator is that not quitting. And all of them, from cutting hair, it's things that you've taken away. And I guarantee, give me one thing you've taken, one strong thing that instilled that you still use from the military today. Give me one.
Don't give up or die. Like
mindset. The mindset is that is determined to die. Give me one thing that you take away from being in MLM and the MLM companies.
It would be mindset and how to build a team. It's like a lot of things, but mindset for sure.
And how to build a team, like the organization, seeing the organizations.
Organized.
Music. What's that? What's something that you took away that impacted
Stage
you?
presence, being marketing. I used to hand out mixtapes for free out of the trunk of my car.
You just said it, marketing.
Yeah.
So okay, so you got determination. We got determination in the resiliency from the military. We got when it came to MLM, how to build a team and leadership. Then when it came into music, it taught you about marketing. When it come to being a barber, what was something that you learned that you took away?
Attention to detail.
attention to detail, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Is that one thing about life is experiences is your biggest lesson. The number one lesson and the biggest thing that can ever be your teacher in life is experiences. When you experience different things, a lot of times people be scared to experience things like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work. When you go all in, because I don't think you went halfway. You didn't go halfway in the military, you wouldn't be sitting here. You didn't go halfway in with MLM because you said I started losing friends because I believed this was the path.
Exactly.
You didn't go halfway in with the music because you were going on tour, going on radios, going rocking stages. You were all in.
Yeah.
I don't think you started. You just put your life. You just put anybody up that you can cut hair better than them.
Exactly.
So the confidence is there. You was all in, and you had a plan on a way that you were going to become successful in being a barber.
But I back it up though. I got the like nationwide. You have to go to something called Caper. Those who in Paul Mitchell know. You have to sell bags to even attend. I was the number one in the nation across all Paul Mitchell schools. And I won for best fade, lineup and everything, right? And then I went in Long Beach. You know the Queen Mary over there? I think it's in Long Beach. For those of you in Long Beach know the Queen Mary. But they hold the mow down competitions. I was number one. I took $1,000 cash prize. I got shears and everything like that. So I was like, man, barber's going to be my thing. And then guess what happened? Guess what happened? I skipped the part with Ty Lopez because I'm gonna circle how credit comes back. But guess what happened in 2020? The COVID, right? And they said all barbers got to go home. You can't cut out the shop. I used to do I was charging $350 a cut. $350 for a haircut. I did the massage, the steam rollers, everything, right? But I was like, I still got to clock in and be present to get cash. I was like, what can I do that I know already that I've studied, back in 2016 when I met you, right? We invested into Ty Lopez. And when I was doing that MLM stuff like that, I was heavy into Ty Lopez entrepreneurship. He was like the godfather of this, right? But I started connecting with people. I tried wholesaling too. I tried wholesaling real estate. Right. I tried the SMMA course for marketing. I tried all of that. I didn't care to fail. I don't care to fail.
And the thing is that the thing is that what people on this, like when we break it down, it's like on those hurdles that we overcome is that determination, but you got to believe in whatever the mission is and don't be afraid to transition to something else and allow your vision. It may change, but you got to be all the way in. Exactly. You can't be halfway in. Like if it work, it work. It's like, nah, I take that you was in it, but then even when it didn't work and it was time for you to transition out, you still took the good. I haven't heard you complain once throughout this whole conversation. I haven't really heard you complain and say, man, I wish I wouldn't have did this. There has not been any regrets that
my wife
named.
do. My wife is like, stop complaining. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? But she, the wives are always they're the ones that, and you shout out to the wives out there, they're the ones who put up with the most of the shit. What I'm talking about. They got to
deal with us behind with this life, boy.
For real.
So,
all right. So, and then what I'm saying is, and then after I said, you know what? Credit. I know credit. I've been doing credit back then, 2015, 2016. I learned it, but I was just doing it for myself and for family members. You know what I mean? Not charging nothing. I just wanted, because I wanted to change my life. I wanted to be educated. I didn't like feeling dumb when I got denied and when I came out of Iraq and I had that 18% APR. So I was like, I'm going to invest over the 10 years. And I'm just know it. And then in 2020, March, I'll never forget it. I was like, credit repair software. That's what I got the CRC, right? And I was like, I look at my wife, I was like, babe, we're going to be rich. I swear to God. Yeah. I even have, I ain't going to put it out, but I even have I'm in my drawers, shirt all, nothing. Like signing people up. Like I was dedicated. I was up at 3 a.m. learning how to set up the website, Wix softwares and everything like that. Having the
Wix.
automation.
What? Yo, listen. That Wix and then getting on CRC was like, oh man, it's up. They put everything in one place and you sitting there trying to master it, bro. It was like, yo. But then now I look back and be like, yo, they had such a genius business model because I did the 14-day free trial to see how it worked and fell in love with it. And I started putting people in it. And then I realized like, yo, I can't get out.
Yeah, nah.
You can't get off.
Addicted. Plus, I knew it. I wasn't a novice. I wasn't a beginner at the credit. See, a lot of people, they're beginner at it. I've studied old school, methods. John Alzheimer, the big dudes. You know what I'm talking about. So it's like I really learned credit, and to this day, I'm still a student. I'm still learning. I'm humble enough to learn from people like you, for people like shout out to Bobby, everybody like that. So I'm still investing into my knowledge because I'm always a student. But I'm that guy, right? When it comes to this credit, and like I said, that's why I claim right now I have the most video client testimonials in the credit repair industry, and that's what I'm saying. You know, what
The
I'm
most
saying?
video client testimonials.
I gotta say it.
Yeah, no,
I gotta flex my stuff.
but that's one of the things though, bro, is that you got to be confident in your industry, but you got to believe in yourself. And that's the thing, is that standing on it, because like you're going for the best, and it's crazy. Like you just said it, what you just said, like, nah, I got the most video client testimonials, this, that, and the third. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you have to be dedicated, but you have to have confidence in yourself. You have, like, you know, we both Gemini, so y'all see a little bit of Kanye come out. You see,
know what I'm
you
saying?
see his Kanye coming out. But
You know,
I like it because, bro, I can look. I'm always learning, and I study people, and I study. Okay, what's the characteristic traits of like, yo, what's contributing to your success? And what I look at contributing to your success is that initially when we went into the military thing, you said, no, I went to the top of the top. I went for the best. I went for the Marine Corps. I didn't go anywhere else. I went for the toughest one. I wanted to be the baddest. And so going there is like, yo, this is where I'm at. I'm going, okay, with coming to a barber, like I'm winning the competitions. I'm going in making sure I'm winning. Like, did I get in this space? Like, I want to win. Like, you got to have that level of competition and competitiveness. You got to have a competitive edge. It doesn't mean that, oh man, I got to tear other people down, or mean like, yo, I don't want you to win or things like that. Like, I want you to win. I want you to be as great as you can,
For sure.
because you're going to put more pressure on me to be greater.
Exactly.
And because I'm going for number one, and I'm okay with that, but I need great competition too.
Exactly.
I need people to be great. Not, okay, I need you to be miserable and suck so I can be great. And that's one thing I respect, is like, yo, as you continuously build and you uplift and you push people, it's not that you push people for the sake of, though, I'm just trying to push you. It's like, nah, this is what I believe. This is who I am. Like, this is just how I operate. And that's like, so as we sitting here talking, I'm like, yo, I'm learning. I'm like, nah, this dude is it's number one. I just want to be number one. And I'm going to be the best. And no matter what the hurdles is that we go through in life, y'all, like as we build wealth and we go through this journey, like you have to be committed to yourself and to becoming better, always becoming better. And anything you get involved with, you should want to be the best in it, and you be your best version of yourself.
For sure.
Like, you ain't missed with the shirt. You got you always got the Brandon shirt.
You know, my
on.
wife calls me a cartoon character because she said I wear the same shit every day.
Yeah,
but I got different one. Look, I take showers now, guys. I take showers now. I don't do that baby white shit no more. But look, all the time, marketing. I'm always. Can you show them what I got you real quick? What my wife made for you real quick.
Yep.
It's a little gift, and Ty Lopez told me this. Oh, always when you go to your mentors or you want to give them a gift, you can't come empty-handed, right? Give them a gift. You know, something that you're going to use it. I know you're a marketer.
Yeah, 100%. You know? This is the thing though, right? You always got that brand on, right? Always. And I'm like, man, this dude must be a master at YouTube. I'm like, yo, and my thing, I'm like, yo, this dude must be be a whiz on YouTube or something.
Nah,
like,
I'm not. I just like to market myself. Like, I just started. I only have like 2,000 people, but those 2,000 people are organic. And what I'm saying is, I'm growing every day. Like,
so wait, but because you've been rocking them shirts, you wasn't even pushing YouTube like that. No. You was just that was just the brand or logo. What was that?
Look, no disrespect for people who wear Gucci, Louis. Like, I got Balenciaga, I got all that stuff on the feet and stuff like that. But why not wear your own brand? Why not wear yourself? You get what I'm saying? You giving other brands money. Mm-hmm. Why don't you give yourself money? Why don't you give yourself the clout? You got to believe in yourself. That's the thing. The confidence. It's the confidence. You got to believe in yourself, and I believe in myself heavy.
Yeah,
heavy.
I'm a contradictory to that. I wear all the bullshit. I know all the designer shit. I'm gonna get fly. I rep my brand. I rep my color. Yeah. But it is. I get where people say. Though. Nah, even when I was established, I don't give a shit. I always been fly. Like I got picture. I literally was looking at a picture from 2006 last night. I had a fur coat on, standing by a 2006 Dodge Charger with a sidekick and a fitted cab and another phone onto my ear. I've always been this way. Yeah. But I get it. Like I come from that though. Like this is a part of I want to get fly. Like I always like New York. Like I love Harlem. Like just the way they carry it. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. So I always been into that, and I like getting dressed. And people like yo, but I've never wanted to. For the life of me, I now get clothes custom. Like this is, one of my guys' brands. This is Starstruck, but still got on Dior's. Still get, but understanding custom and things like that. But it's certain looks that I always wanted to go for.
Mm-hmm.
And I never had the tenacity to want to go and develop my own clothing brand and go into clothes where I'm selling them. But I get it when you say like, yo, I'm rocking my brand. Like for me, I'm always in blue. So it's not a knock at what disagreements of what you said. It's just two different perspectives.
For sure.
And attacks at it is that, okay, people should always be on brand, always should be representing themselves. That's why it's usually blue. You know what I mean? Like when I'm out and on stages and I'm in events, I'm always in blue.
That's your brand.
That's my brand color. So it's still on point, but I do wear designer and things like that.
Sure.
And I tell
nothing
people,
wrong with that.
Yeah, I tell
but
people.
I bet you something though.
What?
Try that one day. Look, for those of you guys who were with me or on camera, right? When kids or people see this versus Instagram or Facebook, when they see this, they say, "Oh, that's your YouTube." That's a conversation starter.
Mm-hmm.
One, and then two, kids. When I pull up with my McLaren with my son to drop him to school, that I have my YouTube on the logo, he's like, "Whoa, is your dad like rich or something?" You know what I'm saying? It boosts my son's confidence now.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh.
Your dad's a YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber. And then they go look, and then now they have a call to action, etc. You know what I mean? So
you giving the kids a call to action, bro? They ain't got credit, bro. What are we doing here?
the youth, no, they need to grow their credit too when they 18, right?
I say y'all taking my 8-year-old kid to school, put the call to action on them elementary kids.
I dare you to put that out in public at an event and see if nobody stop you. Him500, and you started getting more organic subscribers too.
Yeah. Nah, the thing with me is let me see again. Yeah, the thing with me is fortunately I go out, it's always like I'll be trying to be like, they be like, yo, Him500? Nope.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, yo, are you bro, since I lost weight? That's the funny thing though. They be like, yo, at one point people wasn't catching on to the transition, so I would be places and they wouldn't be sure. And so I would be able to move a little bit smoother. Yeah. Now they starting to catch on and it's like, nah, Him500. And I'm like, damn, okay. So the weight loss didn't kick in. Because at one point, bro, I got a good year out of this where I would go places and I would be able to go to the mall and I'd be walking through and it'd kind of be like, like especially when I don't got nothing on. Like if I'm dressed down,
I can only imagine.
Hoodie, gray sweater, I'm gray sweats, gray hoodie, pair of forces, it just dressed. And it's like, yo, I'm walking, people don't catch it. But now it's starting to be like, nope, got you. Yo, Five, let me talk to you real quick. And so it's catching on. But that branding, you're 100% right, especially for people that's growing and coming about. Mm-hmm. I always would go out blue. I'm always got it's always something that's going to give Recession Proof away. It's going to be somewhere, right? Somewhere. And so it's always on brand and being on brand point, brand awareness, because you're your first stance of brand awareness and marketing.
For sure.
Second part is that then you go into campaigns where it's like, yo, okay, you may get familiar with this. I may see that there, but I also seen it on the McLaren. Mm-hmm. So I've seen your McLaren, right? And for me, I laugh because we will park our cars places and just leave them there.
Yeah.
Just go leave the car somewhere. Just park around the place. Go park it at Lennox Mall and just leave it there. Park valet for $15, free market. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, here go a dub. Leave my car up there. And people just go follow, but they start to see the brand. It's like, yo, what is that you do? And then if you ever see that, then it's a comparison. If you go get a billboard in your city and you put the logo with just YouTube Josh Rico, people like, what is that? Mm-hmm. I might get a billboard and just put the Instagram logo on Him500 and see how it do.
I remember that. Remember the 2020? Was it 2021? Right, Las Vegas.
Yep. 2022.
2022. Mm-hmm. Fire event, by the way.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that New York one for sure.
Yeah. Next one coming. I'm about to make an announcement soon.
All right. Stay tuned for that. But look, that one changed my life too. I was like, I gotta go hard. I said one of these days I'm gonna be on stage or be with Him500. You watch it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, people don't know our history. Like we were in the same group, and I saw you took off, and I just want to say I'm proud of you, bro. For real.
Nah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You gotta pay homage where homage is due.
Yeah, you know? Because I think a lot of people think like I got started in 2020. People don't know that we've been in this credit space since 2015.
This is not an overnight journey.
2015. You gotta think about it. It's almost 10 years in the making of in this space. Like I literally 2015. Was it even 2015? It was like 2015, 2000, beginning of 2016. But I was in it before I got to the Ty Lopez joint because I started realizing I needed mentors. So I knew what I knew. I learned credit repair when I was 18 in the real estate office. I had all the documents and everything like that. So when it came time for me to start doing it, I was like, I want to make some money. I pulled out the old documents.
Yeah.
It still worked.
Still.
And so I'm like, okay, but then I had to refresh and start learning because it was like, okay, you were taught credit repair, but you were taught what to do. Yeah. So I had all the templates and all the letters that we would copy and make copies of and keep and different dispute tactics. So I had everything in a file cabinet. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
And when it came time to start learning, I started relearning and I started just learning other options and what else are people doing? How are people monetizing? What are people doing? And I started kind of putting it together, getting in these different groups. And I remember getting in that Ty Lopez group and it was like, okay, these little Asian kids over here is moving different. and that was dope. And it was like, but it wasn't my community.
It wasn't our community.
Like
we unfortunately, guys, like I'm Latino, full Latino, Cuban and Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that the black and brown community, we were never taught about credit.
Bro, if you think about the blacks that were in that community right there, even black and brown, like you think about it, it was like me, you,
very few people.
One dude took off though. It was one other dude that took off. Mac Angelo. You remember, buddy? He had took off for a second. I don't know where he had now. But Mac Angelo had took off. He had some motion. It was a girl. One girl, they tried to build they had a little motion, but I feel like they tried to compete with me. And I'm like, I'm not out here competing with y'all.
No, he took off.
Yeah, I was on something else.
It was like, damn, this dude took off. But you went a different route, though.
Yeah.
You went your own niche.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing about it in business is that you got to carve out your own niche. And the thing is that I did something for I'm not, I didn't come in this to be like a credit guy. I'm a hustler. I get money. I do business. Only reason I was messing with credit was because I kept doing these businesses and I didn't have funding behind me. I don't have nobody to give me money, and I never wanted an investor because I ain't asking nobody for money. I don't want to come ask you for money and then got to deal with you and you have say so in my business. Like I couldn't do it. So when I started learning credit and I started learning like the different rewards and things like that, and I'm like, wait, why y'all getting reward points? I didn't know. So when I first learned about like MS, I'm like, why are you getting reward points? And I'm like, oh, y'all use them for benefits. And I said, oh, y'all traveling and shit. I said, I don't need that. Cut this out. And this can help my community like this. And then it led into everything else that I knew. And it was like, yo, I don't look at it as the same lane. I'm looking at it from like a business owner, hustler perspective. I'm trying to get out the hood.
You said community too. You have one of the most impactful, right? Communities that they ever built. Like you said,
appreciate it.
Ain't nobody's built what you built. And I commend you for that. So people just got to mimic that and run with it. That's when I started getting into funding too, because we do business credit funding too. When I got funded and I bought my first Section 8 rental house with a credit card, that's recurring revenue too. Section 8 guaranteed every month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now I know what to do with the money to build wealth so I could pass it down to, invest it to trust and everything like that. So
because people think that you just get credit like, yo, credit is just gonna change the world. It's like, nah, you gotta know what to do with it. That was the key. And it's like, yo, when you start learning what to do with it and what it can do, now that's the game changer. And when we learn that, people think like, okay, like they're looking, be like, oh yeah, Josh Rico, he does credit repair. But it's like, okay, credit repair is the first level because this is your entryway up to the next level. And there's so much more that you guys get access to. But I realize most of our people are stuck at the gate.
Yes. It's the unfun part.
Yeah.
Credit repair is the unfun. Unfortunately, it's necessary. You have to build it and dispute the discrepancies. But when you get that funding and when you know what to do with it to create wealth, that's the real fun part. And then you could travel and stuff like that.
And then you get to have fun. And but that's the thing, bro. And I think in our community is that the discipline. And I know you see it in the same way because you deal with so many clients when it comes to credit repair. It's like, okay, but your discipline. It's like, yo, I just fixed this. Like, yo, why did you go and apply for something? Like, you already knew you was getting denied for everything.
Man, you don't want me to go there.
And it's like, yo, the discipline that you see, or you get people funding and then they be like, okay, I just need some more funding. And you like, no, you don't. No. You don't need more funding. You just messed up this funding. You need better habits.
Oh my God, you said what I was going to say. You want to know how to fix credit? Pay your shit on time over the course of 10 years with multiple accounts.
Yeah.
Set up on auto pay 3 to 5 days before the statement date. Stay at 6% utilization. You know what I'm saying? Don't apply strategically.
Yeah.
Okay? And then before you apply, get money in your business first. That's cash flowing, like you said. and then ramp it up with funding.
Yep.
You know?
And I think that it's a thing where people don't want to accept the reality of what it is and where it's at on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They look at what I want, not what I have to do.
Exactly.
It's a difference between wants and have tos.
Mm-hmm.
You have to become a certain person to grow. And if nothing else learned in this episode, if I want y'all to take away, is that who this person became from an 18-year-old kid coming out of Connecticut, who he had to become and what he had to go through to become this person, to instill the level of confidence, to instill the level of vision and leadership and team building, to instill the level of dedication and the mindsets. Everything that has happened over the course of his life created who you are today. It's not that you've learned one thing in one course. It wasn't that you went and did one thing. It's not, oh, I joined Recession Proof and everything changed. No, it's not, oh, I joined Ty Lopez, everything changed. It's not, oh, I went to barber school and everything changed. Oh, I did MLM and that changed my life. Oh, I went into the military, it changed my life. Mm-hmm. It's a compounding effect of effort, dedication, and continuous work from you. Exactly. And the only person that is responsible for your success is you. And that's the thing that I salute the most. And I appreciate you taking time out and being a part of the family. I appreciate what you're doing for the community and helping so many people. Listen, y'all, it's my brother Joshua Rico. Above all, father, retired military, and now one of the leading people in the credit repair space and helping our culture take it to the next level, y'all. Y'all tap in with my guys. Another episode of Wealth Therapy. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Marcus, a.k.a. Mr. 500, let's go!
Anything you want in this world is dependent on. Everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody wants to get money, but why? I did 25 million the last 2 years. I come from nothing. You gotta move with urgency. You gotta take action. You gotta act.
Some of y'all too scared to tell people, fuck you.
Ride big, ice big, nice crib. Wife fig, started out just sweeping flows, now Fat Boy the CEO.
Everybody want to stand out. You can't be the same and be different. You'll never be the best in your industry if you do what everybody else doing. You know you got the mindset. You know you got the ambition. It's just you haven't got the fuck up. Either I'ma do this shit and execute, or I'ma fucking die.
We talk is wealth, and them dripping sauce. This time we do for
I
self.
never knew getting money would affect me mentally.
How many of you guys want to be multi-millionaires and create a legacy and a brand? We ain't in this for clout. We out here to get money. It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.